Yeah, I'm Chris Case. I've been coming to Crosspoint since Super Bowl Sunday, back 2.5 years ago now, coming up on our third Super Bowl Sunday. We'd been going to a large mega church and just found it really difficult to connect and build meaningful relationships. And we ended up here on Super Bowl Sunday. I'll be honest, growing up a Methodist all my life, quite a bit different than a traditional small Methodist church in Lower Alabama, but we loved it. One of the things we love about Crosspoint is the ability to invite our friends to come and not be embarrassed about coming to church and inviting them to be a part of the service, especially those who are new to faith or have left the church because of past hurts. You know, I think for so much of my life, my identity has been directly tied to my career and my success in business, my title, my ability to get results, my ability to control outcomes, to drive improvements, to lead people, but leading people not from a kingdom of God standpoint, but more from an earthly wealth and success perspective. And the last 2 years, timing wise, kind of fit perfectly with us coming to Crosspoint, really rethinking who I am and how I identify with Chris Case, not as a professional with a title, but Chris Case, the child of God, who's loved by God, who's not expected to deliver results every day, not expected to go to work and lead people to achieve some strategic objective, but just to be able to be myself and build relationships, spend time with people, show up. The most obvious one for me personally is there's more of a peace. There's when you're wanting to move up and advance in your career and get results, it's easy to start thinking about people as numbers. And I think corporate culture really conditions you. In fact, one company, I won't mention the company, publicly traded, every quarter we were asked to put together a list of people who, if they didn't meet their quarterly projections, you had to lay them off. And luckily, over the course of several years, I only had to do that twice. But it's really easy to get caught up into instead of seeing people for who they are. I heard it once said that every number has a name, every name has a story, and every story matters. And I really have taken that and tried to integrate that in a corporate environment. That's very challenging to do, but I've really embraced that and moved into that. And even just as simple as meeting different Crosspoint members for coffee on Friday mornings and just finding out what's going on with their life and being able to spend more time talking with them and understanding what their story is and how potentially that intersects with my story and how God may be bringing us together at a point where I might be able to help. One of the things that's happened most recently is my mom fell and injured her back, and having the flexibility and the freedom to be able to go and be a part of her journey of getting surgery, moving to Indiana, getting better, building honestly back since my father passed away 4 years ago, and watching her really make connections and be on mission where she is and seeing her spirit return. That's a miracle. I would have never thought I would have had my mom back with everything that she's went through. She just turned 91, and she is just one of the happiest. In fact, the other day we were in there and her technician came to her room to give her medications, and she said, "Miss Lenore, you are just one of the nicest people that we have here." And she is shining God's love. She taught children's Bible school all her life, and be able to see her connect back with who she was and to bring and show up differently now, where she's influencing that entire nursing facility.